Hey guys, welcome back to Mom Nurture. Really excited. Today I have one of my middle school friends here with me. I'm going to talk about her experience and we'll see where the conversation takes us. So, introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Vanessa. I'm 23 years old. I guess born and raised here in LA. I've known Angie since we were in, I think, 5th grade, so it's been a cool minute. We haven't hung out in a while, so this is going to be a cool experience. A little nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie, but should be good.
Yeah. I think also, like, I guess our experiences that pulled us away was probably the fact that we didn't end up going to, like, the same high school. Yeah. Then college comes up, and it's like people are already doing their different things. Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm like, I love knowing that I could still, like, kind of keep relationships with people without physically being, close. All right. So I guess we'll just dive right in. How was like growing up for you?
I think for me, I mean, just to give you guys a little backstory, when I was 2 years old, I was diagnosed with vitiligo. It's a skin condition that creates like white patches all over your body. Somebody that you guys may know on Instagram is Whitney. She came out on America's Next Top Model. So as a kid, I mean, you guys know kids are like brutally honest and you know they don't hold back. So I didn't really think too much of it as a kid. Going on to more of like 5th grade and from there, like going into high school, I don't even know like how to put it into words, but it was just a hard experience because, you know, you're going through so many things at that age, and to still have to be yourself and then not worry about what others have to say, you know, it takes a toll, especially going through puberty and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, like I think it's the first time that I actually talk about it. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to, like I said, put it into words, but
you're doing amazing, sweetie. Oh my god, no. That's kind of like, I don't know if you saw my bullying video, a little bit. I did. That's what I said. I felt like it was so hard, like, especially during that age in middle school when you're like transitioning and like still trying to find yourself, but to deal on top of like not meeting other people's expectations of like what you're supposed to look like in your own skin. Like,
I think I kind of missed out a lot on being a child 100%, you know, living and experiencing things as a child because I was so worried about what others were gonna say or like what others were gonna think. I mean, I can't even tell you, like, maybe from the age of like there was like times where I would be okay and I would like go out with the short sleeve and like be cool. It would be 100 degrees outside and I would be good to go. And then somebody would make a comment, or like I would even catch someone like staring a little too long, and maybe they weren't even saying or thinking anything in their mind, but to me I was always like, oh my god, like what are they thinking, like what are they saying, which is so unhealthy. But from like the age of maybe 13 till out of high school, maybe sometime in college, I wouldn't even walk out with like a short sleeve, dude. Like long sleeve every single day. Yeah. If I had to go to the grocery store to get milk or like to get some freaking eggs or whatever, I would like put some makeup on or like, you know, it's just not the way to live. And I think I finally reached a point where I was like, you know what, like I can't live the rest of my life like this.
For sure.
Like it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks to want to be hiding or just even in general worried about what others are thinking, you know.
And that's like something I've always struggled with, like just thinking or like focusing so much on what others have to say no matter what I'm doing. And I just think with like things like this, representation in like the media is so important because that's what our lives, like our generation is like we're always looking at things on our TL.
Yeah.
The people that are portrayed, like it's always kind of the same face you see, same makeup, like same everything. Yeah. So it's just kind of, in my perspective, kind of boring and repetitive now. Like I wish there was more diversity, and I feel like we have kind of come a bit from there. Like there is a little bit more, but it'd be nice to see even more, like moving forward.
I think even social media, there it has its pros and its cons, but I can say personally that I think when social media came around, Instagram, for example, it helped bring attention to a lot of things that, for example, myself, I didn't know that a lot of people went through what I went through or have the same condition that I have, you know, so it just brings a lot more awareness to things that a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know? So I guess if you see it in that way, it really does help. And
that's true.
You know?
Yeah, it really depends what people are putting out there. I know, like Manny MUA, you see him, he has that too. So yeah, like just stuff like that, because it's when other people, I think, come to talk about it that it becomes more acceptable, because you're just like really putting knowledge onto other people and like opening up their mind a lot more.
Definitely.
So that's always good.
I always try to remind myself that it's mind over matter, you know, like if you have a bump on your knee, you know, if you think about it constantly, it's gonna keep hurting. So you just gotta, you know, appreciate what you have in your life, appreciate the people around you, and be grateful. You know, a lot of people don't have the same things that we have. I was blessed to have, you know, 2 hands, 2 feet. I'm healthy, you know, but there's just some things that, like, I guess, how can I say it? Like, doors that kind of close, but you got to make sure that you just swing it right open and just keep going, because if not, you're just gonna stay in the same rut, and it's not good.
Yeah, no, for sure. How would you say, like, obviously you've spoken about your experience growing up and how that was for you, but how would you say that kind of played into your mental health?
It took a huge toll. I mean, there was, my family doesn't even know this, but there was a lot of suicidal thoughts, you know, just a lot of questions of why, you know, like, why me? Like, why was I the one out of like 1 in 100 people that have this condition? Like, why was I the one to come out with it? And yeah, just a lot of depression. But I think once I finally realized like the good in the situation, I don't even think about that anymore. Like, I don't have those thoughts.
That's good.
Because I just want to keep being the better version of me and make sure that I'm good so that the people around me are good. Because, you know, I believe a lot in vibrations between, you know, between each other. So I know that if I'm not okay, like, my siblings are not going to be okay. My mom's not going to be okay. So I just need to make sure I have like the stronger side come out rather than the weak one.
Sure. Would you say, like, when all of that was happening, were you younger or like already in high school?
I think it was, I want to say around like sophomore or junior year.
Okay.
I lived in Rancho Cucamonga for a while, and over there it's like super duper hot.
Yeah.
You know, so that was like testing my limits, you know, to how much I can withstand. And yeah, that time of my life living over there, I mean, going from like being in a high school with just girls to then going to like a huge public school and like seeing a bunch of different faces, it's just...
So you transferred, you didn't finish at Bishop?
No, I only did, dang, did I do sophomore year? I'm not even sure.
I really could have sworn you like there. I did remember the period where you like moved and left, but I didn't realize it was like that.
I feel like it was the end of sophomore year, starting junior year, and then there was like a situation that happened with my parents that eventually we moved back to LA. So then I started another school. So even just like as a normal teenager going to a new school, it's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I remember she transferred into my middle school. Like, most of my middle school friends I've known since kinder, because we just kind of remained together the entire like 9 years of middle school. But Vanessa transferred in, so even since then, you were young, transferring, moving, and I can only imagine. Because like for me, I'm very I feel safe in my comfort zone, obviously. So it's like after you get adjusted and like the kids you're with, it's nice. But then I could only like imagine how rough it is having to move and transition like repeatedly.
It's like you like break down your shell with a group of people to then move again, and then like start off all shy and timid, and then have to break that that wall again. It's just it was that constant, like, I don't know, like it just wasn't consistent, you know, and that didn't help me mentally, because it was like starting from ground zero again to then work up that trust with my friends or whatever.
True.
And I think I guess in my household, you know, I come from Hispanic background. My mom and my dad were very strong, and they tried to push me to be okay with myself physically. But I always used to tell them, like, you guys don't understand, like, you guys aren't in my shoes, you know, like, you guys see the outside, but you don't see, like, what's in here.
Going on in your mind.
So I, in a way, now that I appreciate, you know, like, the motivational words that they gave me, but I'm like, damn, I wish they would have been a little bit more, like, understanding, and, you know?
Yeah, I feel that. I've had conversations with my parents. I know it's difficult because obviously they're trying to figure out the right way, and you were the first kid, right? So they're trying to, like, figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I try, like, now that I kind of see them, that I'm, like, on my own and see everything they've done, I feel like I can't be too hard on them for the way that they brought me up, because they were trying to figure it out. But I get it, because my brothers are younger, and I still see that, like, conflict with them, like, or a balance of them trying to understand them.
Right.
So I could only imagine how that was.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, like, have you ever gone to therapy for any of it?
No, I never did.
Why do you
I
think, why do you think that is? We're recording here.
Yeah.
Should I ask the question again? Let me ask the question. That was a genuine response. Like, oh, I did it.
No, I really didn't. I didn't. I think when I first started off at San Vicente, there was a time where, I mean, there was like a lot of bullying going on.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say this on camera. When I made my bullying video and I like apologized for being a bully, I was specifically thinking of Vanessa because
Really?
I swear, because there's things, and I've always said this, my mind, like, it really doesn't, I have pretty good memory, so I'll like vividly remember things, and I guess I can't speak for everyone, but I'm speaking for myself. And like I said in my video, I feel like I was kind of a sheep and I would just kind of go with what everyone was doing. But I remember specifically a time when we were like at lunch, I think, and like we dropped milk on you. Dude, like I'm so sorry. Like that's when I was apologizing. I was like in my heart apologizing to you. You don't remember that?
I mean, I'm
it broke
pretty
my
sure
heart
it happened,
because I remember like your face when it happened. And I was like, what the fuck did we just do? Like, that was so unnecessary and mean. Like, so yeah, that's when I say, like, kids are just so mean and they don't even know what they're really doing and how it could affect the other person. I'm surprised you don't remember that because I would have been scarred.
I probably don't remember because to me, I mean, I was like, oh, maybe it was an accident. Like, oh my God.
Dude, no, yeah. Like, people are, like, kids are cruel, man. Like, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. It's definitely got to be like because you're not.
I guess you
like,
don't think about the consequences,
yeah,
you know.
For sure.
You don't think how it's gonna affect somebody
in the long run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when that was happening, when the bullying was happening around that time, I remember I didn't know like how to tell my mom what I was feeling or what I was thinking. So I remember I drew like a body, let's say, and I just drew it in all black, just all black. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't think I was getting emotional. I'm like, this is how I feel, like inside, you know? So, let me recollect myself. So I think that's when she realized, like, holy crap, like, something is going on with her. So I think she took it to, like, the principal's office and they, like, pulled me out. And, like, occasionally, I think they would pull me out of class to, like, ask me, like, how are you doing? Or, like, are you okay? And I'd just be like, yeah, I'm good. It was just, they would be like, well, what did you mean by drawing this? Like what? Like, duh, I'm, like, writing it for you, you know? You're asking the obvious.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I was just like, whatever, like,
so school didn't really offer you any real help?
No.
It kind of sucks. I think now it's kind of changed. I actually just heard, because I have still family that goes to St. Vincent. I think they're offering
more help. That's
now.
good.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think it starts so young. I was surprised to learn that one of my, like somebody I know that goes there is like going to therapy at such a young age. I'm like, but it makes sense. Like so much happened during those years that I feel like it's actually good to know now, or refreshing to know that they could get help to try to like prevent it from like
catch it like early on rather than later.
Yeah.
You know, because the way that they develop is just that's how it's gonna affect them in the future.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So why, I guess, going back to my previous question, I don't know if we got it, like, why did you decide not to go to therapy? Was it something that like, was it like didn't even cross your mind, or?
I guess it wasn't
hard.
It wasn't something that crossed my mind, and I mean, I probably recall I lived with my mom majority of my life. I probably recall her asking me like, oh, do you want to go talk to somebody? And I guess my answer would always be no.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I honestly don't know. I wish it would have been yes, because maybe it would have changed things earlier on in my life, you know, but just to know that I was able to change my mindset on my own, I guess that makes it a little bit better.
That's so like good, dude, because it's hard. I know personally, like without the therapy, I would still be in really dark places. I think just being able to talk to somebody else, especially because if you're not like comfortable saying it with like your family members, or like not to put a toll on them, like it was just good to get it off my chest, and then have them kind of like help me put pieces together on why I was feeling that way. So yeah, personally, therapy has been a good option for me, and I haven't been consistent with that. I've had like 5 different therapists, because I think I mentioned this. It just goes back to how judged I feel like immediately, that if I sense like they're judging something that I'm telling them, I'm like, all right, bye, I'm dipping.
You feel more comfortable like talking to a stranger and getting like their honest advice, or like why would you change so many times?
I think, well, the last time I changed, I was out in Florida, and I think I was just telling the therapist something that I had been going through, and she knew, because I'm pretty sure I had told her, I was like, you know, I honestly feel judged very easily by whoever it may be, whether it be friends or family. And I remember when she told me something in one of the therapy sessions that I had with her, I was just like, if you knew that I felt that way, like, why would you tell me something in that way? Like, it sounded like she was judging me. So I was like, all right, thanks, bye. Thanks for everything. Yeah, and it kind of sucks. Like, I don't know how I'm going to figure out how to not be that way if I can't sit through with somebody and like finish that. Right. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's good though, that, I mean, you took the steps and the initiatives to kind of like find yourself and connect with yourself. I think that's the most important part. And even to this day, I mean, I'm sure there's times where like, I know myself, like I catch myself feeling insecure or whatever the case may be. So it's not easy to like one day feel a certain way and feel insecure or like judged or whatever the situation may be, to just like flip it over and be okay. You know, there's definitely times that are going to be a lot more darker than others.
Oh, is there anything else you'd like to say or put out there for people to know?
I guess just love yourself. I mean, it's really cliche, and I think there's good and bad cliche, but definitely love yourself. Know your worth, and do things that you love to do. You know, do things that make you happy. Connect with yourself. If you like to go hiking as much as you can. Why? Because that's gonna develop things inside of you that not many other things can do that for you. And if it makes you happy, then do it. You know.
100% agree with her. You know, we would do the Culver City stairs together. That shit would make me happy. Yes. So yeah, just being outdoors in general makes me happy. I think gets me out of my mind. So that's always a nice refresher.
It was a good talk, Angie.
It was. I'm so glad we did it. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it's not easy, like putting yourself out there and being so vulnerable. So I really appreciate it.
And it definitely won't be the last time. I think this is a good starting point for myself, and it just makes me realize a lot of things. Just putting it out in the world, it makes it feel a little bit more different.
For sure, it kind of takes the weight off your shoulder. That's how I feel sometimes. So yeah, all right, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye guys. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.